Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to this week's Oracle card guidance and lesson, and we are still exploring the Oracle of the Seven Energies. I'm so excited. I love this deck. So we're changing up the way we do this. We have 7 cards. I want you to quickly think of a number between 1 and 7, and that's going to be your extra special card for you this week. Mark wants number 4. Okay. My husband is going like this behind the camera. Yes. Alrighty, I'm gonna pick 6. Okay, so you're gonna pick a number like we just picked our number, and I'm going to do the reading for the collective for the week. And basically, what this is like is an energy weather report. Basically, what are we all going to be experiencing? How do we all stay in alignment with the highest good for everyone this week, right? So here we go. Opening to discovery is card number 1. And card number 1 is from the Energy Center of Communication. And it's going to be very interesting because remember I always say the anchor card impacts the rest of the reading. It's the most important card. So I'm going to read it to you and then we're going to see how everything else plays out, okay? Because everything relates to card number 1. We tune into information from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyches. Every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing, especially since the advent of the internet. We have been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. This is the key. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messaging invites us into a cynical, fear-based worldview. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us toward growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We're part of it after all, through synchronicity, omens, and other signs like readings like this that point towards our best path. Our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away. So being curious and non-resistant is key to learning. That's what opening to discovery really is. It's about maintaining our curiosity while being discerning on what we allow into our heads. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you. This new information doesn't always make sense right away, I said, so being curious and non-resistant is the key to learning. I've just repeated that again, just to underline it. And then it says the universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out superfluous noise, like all the stuff on the internet that don't mean anything to you. You know, be very discerning about what you allow into your head. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, from gossip or the news. I hate gossip. Don't let yourself get distracted. Ooh, that's a good one. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe and you shall have it. So the main focus of this week is to not be distracted by superfluous noise. Be conscious of what you take in. In other words, find supportive information, groups that you belong to that are mutually supportive, positive stuff. Doesn't mean to bypass all the stuff that's going on around us that's chaotic. It just means to really get clear on what makes sense to you and what doesn't. Okay, YouTubers, please, if you like this video, share it with your friends, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to see this in your inbox, smash that thing. And a little bell comes up, and if you click on the bell, well, then it'll come into your inbox, and you'll get this one, and you're going to get the Astro Oracle, which lands tomorrow. Now, the second card is beautiful because again, remember, curiosity is the mainstay of that first card. It says, wish upon a star. So can you stay focused in this next week on the true desire, your authentic, inspired desire? Because remember, we shine on behalf of the divine, right? That inspired desire to do things differently, make a better life, or maybe stay the same in some areas. I don't know what yours will be, but this is about really engaging how you want the world to be or how you want your world to be, because you really don't have a lot of impact. You can't change anybody else. You can change yourself, and then the more people that are conscious, the more the world changes. That's just kind of how it works. So this is a beautiful card to remind you that you count and your inspired ideas matter. Oh, and that card, by the way, was the intuitive energy center relating to intuition and imagination. So remember that when we have imagination inspired by the divine, our intuition is in service to it. The third reading, the third card is actually from the 7th energy center of spirit. So it's called Beyond the Ordinary. It reminds us that we have to have absolute faith in the divine, that there is divinity in all things, that if we are steadfast and we are trusting and we are surrendered to the form in which and the timing in which it is delivered to us, this is a card of absolute surrendered faith in something that we cannot see, and we cannot ask for it to be shown to us in our timing. It's the unknowable. We don't know what it's going to look like. So we've got the wish, we've got the desire, we don't know what the form it's going to be, and it takes time. So the land between is the next card, and that relates also to imagination and intuition. It reminds us that, hey, guess what? 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the future, and we're in the middle now. Like, we're kind of stretched. Well, what do we do now? Like, what's the in-between piece? But that's where the magic is. So it says, hey, you might not know the form, and hey, you really do have that consistency. If you are consistent and you surrender your desires to the divine and then trust the form is going to be the right one for you and know that you're not quite there yet, then number 10, which is the 2nd energy center, which is about intimacy, then the world starts to speak to you and you start to meet people and have conversations and are drawn to the experiences and the conversations and the interactions that you really do need, so that it will support you and remind you that yes, miracles can and do happen. The 6th card, the Divine Matrix, is also related to spirit. And the Divine Matrix talks about the construct of the universe and how it works. In other words, we don't know how it works, but we do know that we are involved within the conscious universe, that the divine is everywhere, that the all is in the small, and we're the small. So the all, meaning spirit, consciousness, great mystery, source, is inside us. So this reminds us that, oh, wait, I can be used. Like I always pray, thy will be done through me. And last but not least, we have Time Machine. So Time Machine is the last card. It's from the 1st energy center that relates to the material world and also everything that's already happened, our memory, our ancestry, the things that we have learned already. So it reminds us, guess what? If we follow this line, this way of thinking, staying curious along the way and seeing how things manifest, we also get an opportunity to say, I can learn from who has already walked before me. I can learn from my ancestry. I can learn from my parents. I can learn from the mistakes I've already made. I'm not going to repeat them. If I do what I did, I'm going to get what I got. So this card reminds us, yeah, some of that you might want to do, but there's some things that you for sure don't. And this reminds us, stay curious to see another opportunity for you that you don't know what it looks like yet because you've never experienced it. So this card always reminds you, yeah, you can go back and do it again, or you could step into the unknown where something better is waiting. You just don't know what it's going to look like yet. And that does take some risk. Okay, everybody, this was it. I hope you liked this video, because if you did, well, share it with your friends. Like my page. Great if you follow me too, that's awesome. But like my page, like the video, share it with your friends, leave a comment. I love to read them. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Astro Oracle. Take care.